This is season 1, episode 18, Vengeance. Or as I typoed in my notes, Vengeance. I don't know why there's an extra E at the end. So
it's just like necessary.
yeah, just double all the letters. So the cold open. We start on a judge working in his office. Now this judge, at different times, he looked like a combination of various different people.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that.
So what was your first combination?
George from Seinfeld.
Uh-huh.
Whatever his face.
Yeah, George Costanza. And who's the second?
Who's the? It was mostly that, really. But who's your other?
So
guy?
at times, I went with, at first glance, I'm like, this looks like George Costanza and Captain Picard had a baby.
I didn't see the Picard, but now that you mention it.
And then at other times, he looked like Archie Bunker and George Costanza had a baby.
Yeah. Well, he looks like the weird.
If you blended all three of their genes.
Yeah, he looks like a weird, serious version of George Costanza. He's like George Costanza if he's trying to be serious about something.
Yeah.
And not be Duckman.
It's Art Vandelay. So anyway, Judge Vandelay is in his office, and he's hearing some noises, and he's like yelling out to the bailiff. And it looks like it's supposed to be late at night. He's like smoking a cigar. He's got suspenders on over dress, shirt, and tie on, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like looking at some notes, and he's like takes off his glasses and like tosses them on the desk and like walks over. He's like and shouts the bailiff's name. I can't remember the bailiff's name. And then he comes back to the desk, and he goes like feeling around for his glasses, and they're gone. And then the bailiff, his dead body gets like wheeled past in a office chair.
Yeah.
And he's like been shot, but it's like the worst special effect for somebody who's been shot. They just have like
It's pretty bad.
it's just like a ketchup blob, like he was eating a burger.
It's really and 100%. It's dark, so it's like you'd be like, maybe that's not what.
There's not even a hole in the shirt. It's
He
just
was
a little.
He was in a diabetic coma from eating his
It's
breath
real.
lunch.
Again, this is the weird part. This is the weird part of it that makes it hard to sell as this dude got shot. Is that like we apparently just heard the murder because there was shuffling and
Yeah.
and something in the other room, and that's why the judge is all like, "Hey, what's going on out there, bailiff?" But you don't hear anything that even closely resembles a gunshot.
Yeah.
But he rolls in on a chair with the bullet with the well, I shouldn't say a bullet because there isn't because again, as Cliff just said, there isn't a hole in his shirt. There's just a blood stain on where his shirt where apparently he got shot.
It basically looked like he got shanked by a bingo dauber. And
Maybe it was a poisonous bingo dauber, and it was just a contact poison.
yeah, you get one of those blue ring octopus daubers.
Yeah. That's why it doesn't look like blood because it's actually just the poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he ate a burger with poisonous ketchup.
Or he ate a burger with poisonous ketchup. Any case.
And then the judge just gets there's a guy. Okay, so the guy we see the murder guy, and to me he looked like a shitty impersonator of Jaws from Bond.
I can see that. He just has a weird look to him.
Well, he's got the face kind of like Richard Kiel, but he's not nearly as tall or intimidating. He's just got kind of a long neck and a weird looking face like Richard Kiel.
He looks. He reminded me of the janitor from Scrubs.
Yeah.
Like if him and Richard Kiel had a baby.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. So.
And then he
So Lurch is the murderer.
and he just pulls out the judge's gavel and just fucking gavels him to death.
Yeah, he said some stuff.
Yeah.
Now you're out of order.
Actually, isn't that what he says when he because he repeats a phrase as he beats him to death.
Because he says that when he sentenced me, he said I was an animal, and then I think it might have been you're out of order or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he just keeps shouting it as he just gavels him to death.
Now you're out of order.
Yeah. There you go.
And then you just.
Oh no, I can write this. That's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and so it just cuts away. And
Yeah.
sort of, it kind of shows him he's going mad.
Yeah. And then we get the opening, which means we get the German title for the episode,
Right.
which is 100% better than the normal title for the episode.
I completely forgot what the German title.
So the German title is 36 Stunden Angst, just 36 hours of anxiety, which fits the episode way better than just vengeance.
No, yeah, it is really it is
That's a much better title just in general.
Yeah,
it's 100% appropriate.
yeah.
It's like it tells you.
I almost want to go back and look at the other German episode titles.
Yeah,
That might be our end of season 1 special.
Yeah, that might be the thing to do.
Oh no, not the special.
The flashback. Episode.
Yeah. We have the clip
Flashbacks, not in the. We're doing a clip show and more of kind of like the drunken haze.
Yeah.
We just have to rewatch all the episodes. I was kidding.
But anyway.
Yeah. So some detectives are at the crime scene going over what happened. This is when we find out that the bailiff with the ketchup stain has actually been shot. And the so like there's detectives on the scene. This lady detective walks up, and this is Detective Leah. She's gonna be one of our main players in this. Walks up, talks to the guy, gets oh, this is Judge. Oh, I know that Judge. Blah blah. And then she like kind of looks at the body and it's like there's something in his mouth. And like, oh yeah, we left that there. And it pulls it out, and it's a newspaper article about when this killer guy got sent away. And she's like, oh, I guess we know who did it.
Yeah.
Pretty easy solve here.
Yeah. This dude is not in any way, shape, or form attempting to hide his involvement.
Yeah. But the thing is...
Quite the contrary, if anything.
Yeah. And so she had worked with Ellerby to catch this guy.
Yeah, she used to be his
Yeah,
partner.
they were partners in more than one way.
Sex.
I got it.
What came first, the chicken or his girlfriend?
It depends on how you use the cock.
It does.
Well, what did he say about how long did you flip the chicken? 'Cause that's important.
That's what the clip show was for. That's why we have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to research his chicken methods some more.
So yeah.
If you want to, you can.
So
I didn't watch this the first time.
Yeah, that's why we have to subject you to the clip show.
Then we have to sit down and watch them all with Marty. That's the 22 hours of pain.
Cross-reference.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like freaking Clockwork Orange.
But he would watch it, he goes, that guy does look like Picard and George Costanza had a pain. You were right. And he's like, oh no, Blues Boy.
The episode that drove a cast to despair.
Yeah.
And also Andre and Cliff.
So then we cut to this is great. This is a Hoff working out with really weird exercise equipment.
Yeah.
So they're on the balcony. We've said before there's like a outside staircase that goes up to like a balcony at nights.
Yeah, next to where their
Yeah.
office is.
And so
It's the way they get like directly to the office.
Yeah.
When they want to do that.
yeah, so he's on a weird rowing machine. It's not just a normal rowing machine.
Yeah.
It's got like these swinging handles that you swing out and then pull in.
It looks really awkward.
Yeah, and he's doing that, and Angie's just hanging out in workout clothes. She's just in like a crop top and like some yoga pants, just like hanging out. And my theory is that Hoff is working out this way because this is his version of a personal trainer. He just has to work out to impress the chick there.
That's the thing. He can't do it properly unless he has somebody.
Yeah.
Unless he has a hot.
Yeah, that's gonna push him the extra mile. And they even say that like after he gets done with the rowing machine, then Angie is like, "Oh, let me try this out," and he's like, "I thought you hate exercising," and she's like, "Yeah, it looked fun." And so she was there not to work out; she was just there in workout clothes to hang out with him while he worked out.
Apparently, yeah. That did throw me off. Yeah, they do a lot of stuff out on this little balcony.
Yeah,
this is like where they do stuff.
Yeah, it's just their utility room.
Yeah.
And then he goes over to the weird square dumbbells.
Yeah,
Those things were really weird.
I was wondering if they were like those That's way too fancy for this time. You've seen those dumbbells where you like adjust the weight by just like
You set it down and then you go click click and you pull it up and it's a different set of weights.
Yeah, that's what they almost look like, but they look weird for that.
Yeah,
and that's way too fancy for the time.
So what we're looking at is they're square on the sides, but there's like not just a single handle in the middle. It looks like there's other bars in there too. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's for gripping it in different weird ways. I don't know. I've never seen this before in my life.
No, they're weird. They're weird ass dumbbells.
Yeah.
Well, this was the time for like all of those weird fitness enhancement things. So it could have been just something that they got shoehorned in as a promotional whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like someone gave them $50 to throw it to do them.
Yeah. I'm surprised there wasn't a Bowflex out there, honestly.
It would seem like that, except they do almost everything they can not to show these things.
It could have been worse. It could have been like the little half hose thing that David Carradine had.
The weird thing for me is...
Well, that was before he was jerking off. We found that out later.
Yeah. The weird thing for me was...
Well, we don't know what these weights
are. Oh, sure. Was like when he first picks them up too, he's lifting them like out to the sides.
Yeah.
But he's doing like right over where Angie's doing the row machine too. So if one of those slipped, right on his skull, directly on her skull. He later like goes to the side and sits down and starts doing curls, but it's still weird. It's a weird place to do that when you could easily drop a weight on somebody's skull.
So as they're talking, Hoff he met a chick while he was buying tires.
That's right, man.
Yeah, and her name is Bunny, and so immediately Angie's like super dismissive.
Yeah, immediately hates this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she would even if it wasn't for the jealousy angle, she'd probably just hate her on the name alone.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. Anyone who still has a name of Bunny and has not changed it.
And meanwhile, she is going to be meeting Davis Hollingsworth, who's in town he's of the Connecticut Hollingsworths.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. This is
oh man.
Yeah.
I want to talk about him later.
He is.
That's about on par with Bunny as far as I'm concerned.
And he is in town to buy a movie studio or make a bid on a movie studio.
I think they said that she used to date him.
Yeah, they go back.
So does the guy of the Connecticut Bigglesworths just hook up with Bunny?
On the nose. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you think again? You've written this episode, Marty, because that's 100% what happens later. Is they meet up together? They're catty with each other, and then the two floozies just hook up with each other.
Well, yeah, because they end up having to leave
because Hoff and Angie have like work to do.
See, I don't need to watch I don't even need to hear this episode. I just wrote it.
Yeah.
We can just end this now. Just credits roll. Yeah. I wrote it already. We're cool.
Are you one of the uncredited writers or something?
I mean, I would be like 11 at the time, so maybe.
It's Marty writing as Jackson.
When was this put out?
It's like what 90. I can't remember now.
No idea.
I don't want to leave my notes to look it up.
Yeah.
And then Hasselhoff is working out with some square weights.
Well, yeah, so like 96-ish, maybe? 95?
Sounds right.
Yeah,
it'd be like 14. I mean...
Yeah, there you go. You can do it. I believe in you, Marty. I believe in you, past Marty.
So, yeah, then
follow your dreams to write for Baywatch next.
Reboot. No. So then the phone rings and it's the agency phone. So Hoff picks it up and it's Detective Leah, and she's asking for Ellerby, and Hoff is like trying to wingman the situation of like, it was a bad situation how they ended. So he's like, I don't know where Ellerby is, trying to be a bro.
Yeah. Hoff knows who this person is.
Yeah.
He knows that he has history with her.
And she's like, tell Ellerby that Larkin's out. And so it's a serious thing. And you can kind of tell here that, like, from here, I can't remember exactly what they say, but he explains to Angie that they were a thing, and it was sort of like Leah was kind of the one that got away on LRB.
Yeah, that's sort of what the conversation turns to, is about how he was, about that she is the parallel as Mr. Von Bigglesworth is to at least that's what she's, and that's what Angie's implying.
Of the Connecticut Bigglesworths.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So,
like they all have, it's like all these various hookups have history, except for Bunny, because she's just a chick that Hoff found.
And
as per all the chicks that Hoff finds.
And then so on his way out of this scene, Hoff commits a light sexual assault here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then he asks Angie if she wants to join him in the shower, and then he smacks her on the ass as he's walking away. Mm-hmm. And Angie, who should not be on board with this treatment, says nothing about it. Mm-hmm. So, there we go. So,
I mean, she's still technically his boss, right?
I don't know who's boss in this situation.
Yeah, it's weird in terms of
I think all three of them work for the car that's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's weird in terms of who's a boss in the relationships. She really should be the one, because it's like
her detective agency.
It's her detective agency. Like, she inherited it and all the stuff, but
Hop just takes whatever he wants.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
and you don't care.
Yeah,
she'll take a slap on the butt. She did the butt slap. You don't care.
Yeah,
it's what is it? Is it like, it's like that Key and Peele sketch. Anyway,
yeah. So Ellerby meets with Leah at night, and this is where we kind of get the a little bit of the full story on this. They talk. Okay, they both know. Okay, this means that we have to be fucking red alert here, because when he was being sentenced, he said that he was gonna get back at everybody who was involved in putting him away, and he's gonna do it in 36 hours. So they know clock's ticking.
Back to the title.
Yep.
The German title.
Yes. So they know that everybody was involved in this situation.
Yeah.
They got the target on their back for 36 hours.
They know he's got a list, and that they don't have a lot of time to.
Yeah, this is basically a weird version of Santa Claus. Yeah. He's made a list, he's checked it twice, and he's got 36 hours to deliver all these presents. Meanwhile, this is also the situation where both the dates are happening. Uh-huh. So I can't even remember what his new fake name is.
Something Von Bigglesworth.
Yeah, Bigglesworth shows up, and so this guy is a piece of work. First of all,
yeah, really. Oh my god, this guy.
My description for how he looked was short, bust Dana Gould.
Pretty accurate. Jeez, man.
Yeah. He's 100% bad guy in a ski movie energy.
Yeah, really. He's both bad guy. He's bad guy in a ski movie. He's bad guy in in anything related to anything remotely related to a teenager. Yeah. And I mean by remotely related to a teenager, like they're in the city, and there's probably at least one teenager in LA.
Yeah. He's like the bad guy in an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, he's just completely insufferable.
Yeah.
You just hate him the whole time. And he doesn't even do anything super asshole-ish. It's just, fuck you for existing, really. It's not fair to him as a person, but he could just not be such a douche about everything. It's really, he doesn't do anything that's super... No. The worst thing he does is basically just immediately hone in on Bunny.
Yeah. Which Bunny reciprocates 100%.
She's super on board with it, so it's kind of hard for it to be down on him about it.
And Hoff and Angie don't seem to care too much in the end.
No, they don't care. They don't care much at the time even.
Well, they find out later, and they're like, fuck it.
Yeah. They find out 10 minutes later, and they're just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we meet this asshole, and then we meet Bunny as well, and so Angie's like immediately being a cunt to Bunny. She's like, and she's like makes up some fake demeaning titles, like, oh, where do you like?
Well, it's because her immediate assumption is because he met her buying tires.
Yeah,
as you mentioned before. So she does stuff. She does stuff with cars.
I think it was some trade show or something. If I remember
at like a trade show or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, she assumes she's a booth babe.
Yeah.
But no, she's like a vice president.
Yeah, she's VP of marketing for this tire company.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah.
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 That's
and this puts the big in Bigglesworth here. He immediately is like, hey.
He's like, hey.
Yeah. Would you like to be Bunny von Bigglesworth of the Connecticut Bigglesworth?
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So then Leah comes in and tells Ellerby that the assistant DA who prosecuted the case already dead. He's gone now. And so like, oh fuck, we gotta go. And then Hoff and Annie's like, shit, we're coming with you. And then Bunny and Bigglesworth just immediately dive into each other's pants, pretty much.
Yeah, they try and get a booth like all together.
Yeah,
but while
they're gonna, like, double date.
While that's happening,
yeah,
that's when
the saxophone solo starts.
That's when they get the news and they have to do work, and they're already sitting in the booth next to each other.
Yeah,
arm around shoulder and everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much for them. Just slip hands under the table.
And the thing about it is that they're 100% shameless about the whole thing.
Oh,
it's like
big Donna energy in this one.
Yeah, they're 100% shameless about it. So it's like, so you could immediately see that Angie and Hoff just don't give a shit about it, because there's no way they're like, oh, maybe they're gonna hook up. It's like, yeah, unless you pry them apart, they're gonna fuck.
Yeah. They're already doing it under the table.
Yeah. I mean, like there was a 30% chance they weren't gonna be doing mouth stuff within the hour.
Right, you're right. Yeah, it just Bigglesworth is so. Everybody else is so out of his fucking league in this situation too. That's the thing. He looks like such a fucking douche.
You'll see when we watch them all together.
Yeah. Well, you'll see. You'll see, damn it.
Yeah.
Well, see, because Bunny looks like attractive businesswoman.
Yeah.
But then Bigglesworth looks exactly how you think he looks.
Yeah. So when they get to this assistant DA's house, he's been murdered with a barbell.
Mm-hmm. It's like in his garage.
Yeah, like
I mean, if it's one of those square ones, at least it's got a bench.
Oh no, that was a dumbbell. This is a barbell. He was benching.
Bench press.
Yep. And so,
is it still the same square though? Like it's the same company?
They didn't show the barbell. So turns out that the cops had offered him protection, but he's like, I can handle this asshole. Evidently he's a macho guy, but then he got caught working out, and so they're like, ah, shit, this guy's fucking a step ahead of us. He planned this shit out. He knew when this guy would be vulnerable.
Yeah, I think they said like he basically just like dropped the barbell on his throat or something like that. And
Angie was like, oh, he did it here, looking like so he could show him in the mirror as he's like killing, like, look at me, kill you, motherfucker.
Right.
And so there's basically like it's playing out that this guy is being a chess master in this situation, and everybody's just playing into his cards.
He's like 3 steps ahead of everybody. Which is really messed up because they know what his list is.
Yeah, it should be pretty easy to stop this, and they're clueless as to how already.
Yeah. To preface, the cops in this episode are very season 1 Baywatch nights.
Yeah, they are. And so then when they get back to Nights, Donna informs them that that Bigglesworth and Bunny left together, and like we said, they're basically fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big whoop. I didn't give a shit about them anyway.
Yeah, nobody did. The only purpose of it was basically for Angie to be catty towards Bunny, as far as I could tell.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Donna is like catching like a flight to Vegas for the night, and she'll be back by 6 a.m. Yeah. So, she's going out there to hook up with some dude, evidently.
Yeah, just Donna things, man.
Yeah.
Or the one guy, as far as we know.
We don't know how many limo guys she's hooking up with.
It's true. We have no
They
idea.
never confirmed the identity.
It's true. The only one we've identified in the least bit is the one guy who rolls down the window and just basically goes.
Yeah. like he's part of a ZZ Top music video.
Yeah, exactly.
And so then Hoff and Angie have like a conversation about who their types are. Hoff basically says in more words than this, no fat chicks.
It's kind of true. It's kind of true. He says it in the nicest way possible. I'll put it that way.
And then like one of the things he says, they have to be a good kisser. And he says they have to be attractive. And he says that like a clear point. He's like, seriously, no fat chicks. And then Angie just drops all pretense in the situation.
Yeah, 100% of it.
She busts out her big Donna energy.
Mm-hmm.
And her type is, she just says you.
Yeah.
And lays a kiss on him. And then she's like, and then she basically drops the, I'm not the ink you dip your company pen in.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, he's like, it's 100% you, except I don't date inside the company, so
Yeah, and then just drives off.
And then leaves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. And so it's a very strong contrast between their game energy and the next scene with Leah and Ellerby, because Ellerby is fucking smooth as shit in this scene.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, in that situation, they kind of have almost no reason not to, whereas Hoff and Angie have like the specific reason not to, even though it's not a very good reason.
Yeah.
It's in terms of it's like, oh, we said we wouldn't, so we can't ever change our mind.
I know. But I'm just saying, even the way they approached this dance that they're doing.
True.
They're like they're doing like the awkward teenage approach to this dance. Ellerby is a fucking seasoned vet here.
I mean, in a way, I don't think it's fair to call what they're doing awkward, because it's clear, because he basically says in a roundabout fashion you, and he says directly you, and then they says, oh, but we can't because we work together, and that's about it. And they both know all this information ahead of time.
Well, I'm including the rest of this episode up to this point as part of this awkward dance.
Sure.
Whereas with Ellerby and Leah, so Ellerby escorts Leah home, and then the whole time they're just talking about how they're basically just enacting an R. Kelly song where their mind is telling them no, but their body,
the body is telling you
yes. Because the whole time it's like, oh yeah, we were terrible together, and just immediately is transitioning towards hooking up. And fucking Ellerby's just smooth as shit in this one.
and they just don't see anything wrong with the little.
Yeah.
Right.
And so Leah goes. Yeah. So Leah goes to the kitchen to get some wine, and then Ellerby is like hanging out for a second. He decides to go into the kitchen too, and then he just sees like Leah on the ground, and he's like, Leah, and then fucking Larkin just pops out and just fucking knocks him down too. And he's not knocked out. He's just knocked really stupid. Yeah. Like his head's like kind of bobbing, and he's waking up for Larkin to taunt him.
He's all woozy. And shit.
Yeah, and Larkin's like, "It's not your turn yet. You guys are last. You just you have to watch what's happening next." And then Ellerby goes out. So next, the next scene, he's at Nights, and Ellerby is fucking hot. Mm-hmm. He comes out. He's acting in this shit.
No, yeah, he's super fucking pissed.
Yeah, this is
clearly pissed.
1,000% angrier than Ellerby's ever been in this show.
Mm-hmm. It's true, because he's usually calm and detached. And,
yeah.
In assessing the situation.
Yeah.
He very rarely gets He only gets his bristles up when it calls for it. Even then, it's usually very direct and focused. And this is just like brah, brah, brah.
Yeah. When he beat the shit out of that one guy at the bar, that Irish guy, he fucking did it calm as fuck. Just beat ass like it was nothing. But now, no, he's fucking hot.
Well, it was like two guys.
Yeah.
Two. He just was like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Dealt with.
Yeah. He went through that as emotionless as a Steven Seagal movie. And this time we're getting fucking Picard. He's like, the line must be drawn here.
Yeah.
I mean, he broke his little ships on the wall and everything.
So because he's pissed because he's like he knows exactly what we're doing. He's like 3 steps ahead of us. We can't do anything about it.
Hoff is trying to get him to like at least dial it back a little bit, and think rationally. And Ellerby's just no, he's not down for that shit right now. Mm-hmm. So then we get to another place where. There's like a detective and some guy like cleaning a fucking fish tank. Obviously this is some Larkin target. And then Larkin comes in and just fucking wrecks shop. Like he's killed one guy outside. And there's a radio call, like a status report. And he's like, all clear.
Yeah. Metal Gear shit.
Yeah. And then goes in, and it turns out that the guy cleaning the fish tank was the jury foreman. And so Larkin, this is where he's real kind of weird. Because this is where he's like, he asked the foreman why the foreman got involved in Larkin's shit. And he's like, I was just on jury duty.
I'm just telling you. Yeah, Larkin, it's kind of clear from the outset, from when he, beats the judge to death with his own.
Well, at least the judge actively had talked shit about him.
Yeah, at least
he said he was like a ruthless animal.
Yeah,
who needed to be stopped.
But even then, it's sort of clear that he's a little bit under. And everyone he gets a little bit further.
But it's one thing to take it personally from the judge. It's another thing to be like, "Why'd you get involved, Mr. Jury Foreman?
Yeah, why were you summoned?
Yeah, why were you up in my shit?
Why are you a citizen of this country?
Get off my back."
Yeah, that one is he's getting real Joker here.
Yeah, and so this is one thing where you realize he's using a super movie silencer gun.
Yeah, also true.
The gun is like a cat's fart. It's like,
exactly.
It is silent but deadly. And so he takes out.
It's his ketchup launcher.
Yeah. So he takes him out with the little pew pews. And then as like the exit scene on this is like the dead body, and he's just like hanging out like halfway in the fish tank.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny because it shows him, he lifts up the gun and then you just hear the pew pew, and then it's just him wiping his hands off, and then he leaves the room, and while he's leaving the room, the camera like lingers on the dude who's like in the fish tank.
Like making like he's making I'm dead face.
Yeah.
He basically drew the X's over his eyes with the magic marker.
Yeah, pretty much.
So back in Nights, Angie is using the computer to basically do magic. I don't know. She just pulls up whatever information she needs on this thing. Mm-hmm. And so right now she's like profiling Larkin. And they get the call, and he got some more guys. Got 3 more.
Yeah.
Ellerby just fucking grabs a gun. He's just like, yep, this is fucking business time. And then when they show up, Hoff is rocking the brown Adidas murder jacket, so they mean business. He's killed in this jacket.
They killed before they do it again.
Does this involve a backpack full of grenades?
Man, there were so many times when I was like, I need a backpack full of grenades and a katana in this scene.
I still do wish he was walking around with a katana. I said it in the last episode, and I knew it wouldn't happen.
Yeah. That's what we wanted, and it's like the pipe dream that's never gonna come. That's how you do the reboot.
Is the one episode he gets katana, and then he has a katana for the rest of the series.
Yeah. He's got
unless it breaks or something.
Yeah, he goes he just steer into this fucking street samurai look. He's a backpack full of grenades, katana, fighting fucking supernatural horrors in the streets.
Yeah.
Fucking, I want Baywatch Shadowrun is what I want.
Shadowrun.
That's it. You don't make it a fucking D&D party. You make it a Shadowrun crew.
Yeah. Hoff and Ellaby as Street Sams. Andy probably be a Decker. She's the only one who does anything computer really. And
Destiny's a shaman.
she's a smarty. Yeah, Destiny's a shaman. Yeah, definitely.
Fucking, I'm on board for this.
Yeah, no, that's pretty solid.
It fits the theme better too with the old noir shit. No, it's fucking good. So the plan they come up with after meeting up there is they're like, this asshole is like just got out. Where's he getting the money to like operate? Where's he getting the money for weapons and to get around and shit? This guy had nothing when he went away. So they're like, somebody's got to be bankrolling his operation here. And they talked to Ellerby. He's like, he was a fucking loner. He had nobody.
Yeah, he couldn't have. So they eliminate the possibility of it being like a previous contact, somebody from outside. So they figure it has to be somebody inside the jail.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, we'll go and Ellerby's like, I'll go talk, and Andrew's like, oh, why don't I go? You're a fucking cop. Nobody's gonna talk to you in the jail. And he's like, it's a pretty tough place there, little lady. He's like, fuck you, I'll be fine. So that's gonna be their plan. I thought she was gonna go there, but instead she goes back to Knights first and looks up stuff in her magic computer. Back at Knights, she's like looking up who he served with, to who could possibly be the guy. And so there's one guy who was in the same serving with him that was like fits the bill perfectly. Stolen cars for drug. It was a weird operation where he sold stolen cars for drugs that he sold here. He sold the cars overseas, traded them for drugs, and then sold the drugs here. Seems like he was taking 3 extra steps to get money.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the deal was, but maybe
it's an easier way to launder it.
That's what I was.
Yeah, maybe
that's what I was thinking. It was part of the
chain of custody of money.
The cups game, just to
because if you can show that you have money getting to buy a car, then you can, and you have title information stuff, then you can easily show that you've got money coming in.
Yeah, so it's like, I sell cars. I mean, that's how I make money.
So then Ellerby talks to Leah on the phone. It's where you get confirmation she's not dead because it wasn't clear before.
Yeah.
And she basically just got bonked on the head too. And so Andy's gonna go talk to this guy, and then the warden at the jail. This guy was a piece of shit too.
A little bit. He's not the worst, but he's still pretty. Yeah.
And
he's more actively shitty than Bigglesworth. It's somehow less hateable.
Yeah.
Is this our bar of entry for shitholeness? Whether or not you are lesser or greater than Bigglesworth?
In this episode, anyway. It's just because he doesn't. It's as I said before, Bigglesworth doesn't do anything to engender all that much hate. It's just you hate him immediately a lot.
Yeah. And this warden is rocking the same 80s villain.
It's a hereditary trait of the Connecticut Bigglesworths.
Yeah, this guy's a distant cousin. That's why.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways you could go with describing this guy. Derpy Val Kilmer is one way.
Yeah,
Mirror Universe Zach Morris is another way.
Yeah, that's pretty. I think that's better.
It's you can just tell what they're going for with him immediately. And he wants Angie to ask some particular questions, but doesn't tell her what the questions are before the meeting with the guy.
Yeah,
I don't know what the guy actually wanted, other than just to be a douche.
It's weird. It's a weird little conversation that really doesn't need to happen.
It's just pure filler. This is what happens when they got rid of the saxophone solos.
Yeah, it doesn't need to because he.
Why don't you explain to us why they wrote the scene, Marty? What was your
Yeah, what was your process, Marty? No, it's because what is it? He just wants her to ask some questions related that this guy would know, but he doesn't.
He doesn't tell her what the questions are.
Well, it's implied that she already like knows what the questions are or whatever, so she knows what he wants. It just this guy's too chicken shit to actually talk to this guy himself, because the dude has like real kingpin energy in general.
Yeah.
Like, he's a person who's like actually running the prison.
You know what it is? It's like in middle school when somebody talks to their friend, like, find out if, like, Samantha likes me. Like,
Yeah, it's that, except like the criminal's version of that, I guess.
yeah. Find out if Samantha's holding. So,
Yeah.
So then, they meet so then the visit happens. And yeah, this is totally like a, he's totally rocking, the Kingpin style thing. And they're doing like a, Hannibal Lecter style situation. Like, this is probably, like, they wrote this immediately after Silence of the Lambs came out.
It certainly feels like
Yeah. And so Angie can like break him down, like, oh, like, fucking, I could tell you're fucking taken care of here.
she knows that he eats well.
Yeah.
And he has plenty. And he has plenty of time to like work out and do whatever he wants.
And he knows who she is. He already has information on her. So there's like the whole thing where they're doing like their little verbal joust with each other.
So, Angie, have you had the lambs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still hear them scream?
And so, basically he says very little and gives her everything she needs to know.
Yeah, it's again it's a weird sort of exchange.
Yeah. This is just basically trying to show Angie knows how to fucking investigate shit. So, basically he says that there's only one currency that you can trade in prison, and it's favors. And he's like, all I know is I wouldn't want to be on his list. And Angie's like, fucking got it, and just leaves.
Yep, party favors. That's
Yep.
the only way. So
Yep.
Hand jobs.
Pepper has some hand jobs. That's what prison is like.
That's how he got the one big arm to swing the gavel with.
Yeah.
It's just that motion. You're out of order. You're out.
Oh.
So,
Worst thing to say about masturbation.
worst thing to say while giving a hand job. You're
I
out of
mean,
order.
Especially when you have a list that you're killing people on.
I don't know if it's the worst thing to say while giving a hand job, just because you could do.
It depends on how you say it. Like,
Well, you could. I think you could play into it. Like
You
the person could get off on that, but
well, a person can get off on anything you say.
it's true. It's true. But that's why it's weirder for the masturbation angle.
So like, yeah, Angie like puts the pieces together. She's like, oh, he's totally, Larkin's gonna take out some key witness for this guy. Like, he's trying to get like a retrial and take out this witness, and then he's got chances of getting out. So they go to this guy's trailer.
Yeah, the only favors that Larkin can give is murder.
Yeah.
Besides the hand job.
Yeah. He does a 2-for-1 special.
Hand job is just an entry fee. You need actual favors just
Yeah.
to get sprung from prison.
So they yeah, he's already dead. This witness is already dead. He's got a note on him to them. Yeah, you're getting closer, dum-dums.
Yeah. They go to his trailer and he's already dead. And
He's
just
already
a mocking note on his chest.
He's already been bingo dobbed. And so
do they not put any guards on any of these people?
They have put guards around the people.
yeah, he's taking out. He takes out all the guards too. Yeah, this guy is evidently super fucking Solid Snake and everybody.
Right. Yeah. Like I mentioned with the dude with the fish tank, there was. When there was at least 2 detectives who were hanging around him.
Yeah.
And like when Larkin enters the scene, one of them is already dead. He's like lying in the grass, and then he picks up the walkie-talkie and goes like all clear, and then goes and kills the other guy, and then kills the witness.
Yeah.
So why don't they just bring them all to like the police agency?
Yeah, you think that'd be a good idea? Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you tell us, Marty? You're the one who wrote the
You were
episode.
the one who wrote it's the...
I mean, otherwise he wouldn't be able to kill him and they wouldn't have a plot.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, these are very season 1 Baywatch Nights cops.
Yeah. So, and then Angie's like, wait a minute. Like, we're getting to the end of his list here, and it's also getting close to the end of 36 hours.
Also true.
She's like, where's Leah?
Yeah, who they again
Just left.
they should it's
Fucked off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They just don't pay attention to the people on. Like he has a list, you know who he's coming for.
Yeah.
He's checked it twice and everything.
Yeah. So Dark Santa calls. Well, it's Leah's phone calls, and then like he talks to Leah for like a second, and then it's past the Larkin. Larkin's got her. Larkin tells him
he's already killed the detective who was guarding Leah.
Yeah.
Because they show that there is one.
Yep.
Since you mentioned it.
Yep, and he's dead.
And he's dead. Yeah. It's just Larkin enters the scene. Other people are dead.
Tells him to come alone to the steam plant Playa Vista, and so this is the moment I'm like, get your backpack of grenades and your katana.
He's like, you're out of order. You're out of order.
This is a matter of honor, damn it. Mm-hmm. So Ellerby's like, I gotta do this alone. I don't want Leah killed. And Hoff's like, that's what he wants you to do. And he's like, don't you think I know that?
Yeah, it's a very that conversation.
Yeah.
But they're like no, it's actually dumb because he's gonna do that anyway.
He's gonna if you try that, he's just gonna kill Leah, then he's gonna kill you. And so then Hoff's like, I know that place. There's an underwater entrance. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's fucked.
Yeah, that's when you know he's fucking doomed.
Yeah, you don't engage the ranger in his freaking favorite terrain. Mm-hmm. So then Hoff gets down in the dirt and starts drawing fucking football plays up for him.
Yeah, Louis picks up a stick and everything.
Yeah, he does. So then we cut to the trap that Larkin has, which is pretty hilarious in his own way.
Yeah.
He has Leah securely harnessed properly into a crane.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's air quotes?
No, it's literally like a full safety harness because they.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And what did you say this place was? Because it looked to me like a water treatment plant or something.
They called it the steam plant Playa Vista. Yeah, I'm like,
because it looks like a water treatment plant.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
yeah,
because there's a bunch of water clearly.
yeah.
And yeah, that's like all it. And I think
Well, it's where they have all their bottled steam.
It's where they make steam, man.
I think it actually said because they do show the building. They do show the front of the building, and I think that is what it says. Something. It's the sign is far away and hard to read, but I do think it says something about a treatment plant. So I think that's what it actually is.
No, it's the steam plant Playa Vista.
What is steam plant Playa Vista? What does that mean?
It's where they make steam in Playa Vista.
Anyway, yeah.
And you know what needs steam? What needs water? Steam. Steam needs water. Mm-hmm. That's why I need water at the steam plant Playa Vista. So yeah, she's fastened into this fucking full safety harness with like a bandana as a blindfold. Mm-hmm. And then he just see where you are now, bitch, and pulls it off.
Yeah, that's basically
Where am I?
It's like steam plant Playa Vista.
Not the steam plant Playa Vista.
This is where detectives go to die.
This is the only place detectives actually die.
I would 100% been on board with that dialogue.
If it was just ridiculous. Just over the top.
Yeah.
It's
So
the detective elephant burial ground. Elephant graveyard.
yeah, this is. So he's like, you're here as bait because Ellerby is the hero type, so you have to be here to draw Ellerby here. Mm-hmm. I know he's gonna be here. And then like this 1,000%. This problem could be solved with any fucking LAPD sniper.
Oh yeah, 100%.
His plan is so fucking lazy. He just has her on the crane, so he lifts her up on the crane, goes over the water, and then like he's just gonna count down and just lower her into the water, and he's just fucking on the side of the crane, just hanging out with an M16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
any sort of marksman would just,
yeah,
it's like, oh, just fish in a barrel.
Yeah, really, and like it's super easy to pick him out too, because he's like dark clothes, and the steam plant Playa Vista, everybody knows this is painted in like a light beige, so it's just clear fucking outline of him, like you can see him from a mile away, this asshole.
And the one thing that got me that is really weird is like he lifts her up on this little crane thingy to like put her over the water and stuff, and the shots on that are like really weird. Like they do a bunch of cutaways and a bunch of shots that make it look like she isn't really lifted up very far, but like it's like from below and stuff. It's really
yeah, but then they do show her lifted up too.
Yeah, I know, that's what's weird.
Yeah.
They do a bunch of shots that look like it's disguising what's actually happening, but then they show it and it looks like that's probably what's actually happening.
Yeah, you get
so it's like, why?
You get some Reader Repulsa Make My Monster Grow angles, but then you also get real angles of her just being up in the air.
Well, my thought
may
is
have been reshoots because
and my thoughts also that some of the shots where she's up high is a stunt double, could be, but I don't know.
And they also show that this crane is like not just a swingy; it's also like on a track.
Right.
And so they show close-ups of the wheels of this thing moving too. Like, look, this fucking crane rolls, motherfucker. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, it almost feels like they got the ability to use this setup.
Well, because the director's uncle worked at the steam plant Playa Vista.
Right. And that's why they keep plugging.
Yeah.
Why is it that we have this crane set up to hold people over the water? Shut up, Billy.
That's how you make steam at the steam plant Playa Vista.
That's how we've done it for thousands of years.
You offer a sacrifice to the water gods, and that's how the steam rises to the surface.
So,
when the ancient Mayans built the steam plant Playa Vista.
In honor of the great Quetzalcoatl.
Anyway.
So LRB,
Did you look close enough, or is it actually little calendar wheels that hold everything together?
Yeah,
it's like the bard from Dusk Till Dawn. The back is just full of just
right
dead detective sacrifices in the steam plant Playa Vista. So now it's Ellerby's turn to be the Solid Snake in this Metal Gear boss fight.
Right.
So he's sneaking up, going fucking through containers and shit, and then Larkin spots him, and they trade gunfire, and
obviously it's not good for Ellerby because he's down low and has a pistol, and he's up high and has a rifle.
Yep. And I was like, is that an M16? And it was firing 3-round bursts. So I was like, this guy got an M16. And so they're trading. Meanwhile, Hoff is
not only that. What is it? Larkin's in like a little, as you said before, like easy for a sniper, but bad for Ellerby because Larkin's in a little bucket sort of thingy. That's like just metal all around. So.
Yeah. It's like a corner of a rail thing.
Yeah.
But the rail is like solid on the bottom, so he's got good cover.
It's real good. It's perfect Time Crisis cover.
Yeah. He's stomping on that pedal and humping.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're totally having a Time Crisis fight here.
Yeah, that's what they're doing for a while.
And this is Hoff's chance to sneak up. So he's got his little rebreather can, and he's swimming in, just soaking up all that mana. And Leah's being lowered into the water at this point, and Ellerby can't get out of this. He's pinned down right now, and so she's just getting lowered in. Hoff comes up. Hoff makes a weird decision here, weird choice. He's lucky that Larkin attached Leah with like a quick release.
It's real weird because
Safety first.
while this is all happening, Lee is being lowered in the water, and Larkin's of course taunting Ellerby about it the whole time.
You can't save her now.
And she starts getting like dipped into the water, and
she actually goes under when Hoff like gets to her. Mm-hmm. And so like Hoff's like, all right, I gotta rescue her. He's like, well, her head's underwater, so she's drowning. So obviously, I'll take this rebreather, throw this over my shoulder. I was like, 100%. I thought he was gonna stick that in her mouth and start working on it. Instead, he's like, and just like throws it over his shoulder.
Yeah.
But luckily, like
he doesn't want to give her cooties.
Yeah. Luckily,
he was just making out with Bunny, and you know where she's been.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what Bigglesworth got. That's what's on that rebreather now.
Yes.
If only you could steam treat it at the steam lamp office. So, luckily, you just like a little quick release, and out she is. Yeah. So like he pulls her, gets her up to the surface, and like gets her over to like this little like ledge area, and then he starts climbing the ladder out.
And luckily Larkin doesn't notice, because at any point in this whole process he could immediately turn and shoot them both.
Well, but then he does start noticing Hoff is like halfway up the ladder.
He notices once Hoff starts going out of the ladder, but he doesn't notice while she's being rescued.
Yeah,
because that's a real bad time. Because most of that time, like they're like right on the surface of the water, and he could easily just look to the right and see them.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this so they show it's an M16 and it's got 30 round mags, and it's got the double mag, so it's got the one in and then the one that sticks out off center. Ellerby reloads in this gunfight, and he's ripping off only a couple shots at a time. Mm-hmm. Larkin is shooting 3-round bursts for about an hour and a half without ever reloading.
We're overheating. That's a thing.
Yeah, no, this fucking thing just doesn't give a shit.
That is it.
Yeah.
Mods. I don't know.
Yeah. He kitted out his fucking Mass Effect gun perfectly for this shit. So Hoff is like climbing up. He's like halfway up the ladder. Larkin's like, "Hey, fuck you!" Turns the gun, starts shooting at him. Hoff just drops back into the water. And so Hoff basically does the thing where he's just like kind of like pokes close to the surface of the water again just to draw fire, while Ellerby just sneaks his way through. He just gets some more cover.
He's just being a seal, literally.
Yeah. It's and then
yeah. It's not really clear how deep that water is there.
I mean, we already knew he was a Navy SEAL, so it was.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps dropping in, and then you see the bullets whizzing past under the water, and like he's strafing over the surface so he can't come back up. Ellerby sneaks around, climbs a different ladder up to the.
Better wish you had that rebreather.
Yeah, he probably be a good time for that rebreather. So Ellerby climbs up the ladder, and at first I'm thinking, he's just gonna climb up and right behind her, but he climbs up to a higher platform, works his way around, and then gets behind him, tells Larkin, stop, drop the gun.
Yeah.
And Larkin's like, I can't do that shit, and just starts turning around. Ellerby triple taps him.
Blap, blap.
Yep. And then Larkin falls off into the water to become steam. And that's pretty much it. Like then,
and the gods were satisfied.
Yep. The sacrifice
they have their sacrifice in there, please.
Yeah.
Now they will have have steam for another 50 years.
Quetzalcoatl drank of his lifeblood. And then Ellerby's like, "Lee okay?" And Hoff's like, "Nothing a hot shower won't fix," and like puts his arm around her.
Yeah, give it a Lee.
Yeah.
I got you, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the end. Mm-hmm. There's no wrap-up scene after that.
Yeah, that's it. They get out, and that's about it.
All right.
So, Ellerby was real good in this.
As I said before that I wanted Ellerby.
I know,
and I'm certainly pleased.
Yeah, this one definitely delivered on Ellerby.
Mm-hmm.
The German title's way better than the American title.
The German title is way better than the American title.
So how many points are you knocking off from the review score just because the German title's better than the American?
Well, does that count against it?
No.
I don't think it should.
No. How many points should we knock off for Marty writing this episode? Not telling us?
I don't know if we should knock off any points for the episode. Just we should make him watch it.
Yeah.
Look what you've done. See what you have wrought.
Yeah. Jason bought the steam plant Fire Vista and weep.
What? I was only 14 at the time.
Weep. So like,
I mean, I sent out scripts to this and Cleopatra.
You son of a bitch!
he's got story editor credit on Thunder in Paradise. And then Hulk Hogan jumps his speed bump. So, where to rank this one? So, like these, towards the end of this, like the season, it's starting to pick up again.
It's very tight in terms of
Yeah.
So the highest has been 7 something, right?
7.5. See, I don't know if it's quite Silent Witness level.
I don't think it is.
It's because there's not as much just pure fun in it.
Yeah, it's not as fun. Like it's sort of interesting watching Larkin just be untouchable supervillain for a while.
For no real reason.
For no reason. Yeah, it's like it's clear he's not like super intelligent or anything. He's like all of his master planning is based off of
He's going up and shooting people.
well all of his ability to outwit the police. I'm saying.
Well, I know we have a 6.97 and we have a 7 something, like a 710. Or do we just have a flat 7?
We have both of those. We have a 697, a flat 7, and a 723. No, that's the real competition. This versus the Curator.
Ooh, is that 723?
Yeah.
From what it sounds like, it's not as good as the Curator, because the Curator
I
is just like...
I don't think it's as good as the Curator simply because Curator was fucking insane.
Curator got bonkers.
So 710?
It might be the 7-10 split.
Yeah, I like that. Which means 7. Would that be 7-10-5?
I just said 7-10 split because of bowling show.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we have a 710.
We don't have a 7-10.
I thought it was just 7-10. 7-10 banana split. I'm just gonna say they just eat banana splits after this episode.
Yeah, because they didn't have the typical wrap-up scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one...
they eat banana splits and then
But the banana's gotta be mashed up. Always mash up the banana.
I was gonna say
LRP style.
they eat banana splits and then the camera pans over and you just see Bunny and Bigglesworth just in the car just
Mashing banana.
mashing the bananas.
Mashing banana.
Yeah, this one...
Then they all laugh and high five.
The Eiffel Tower. Yeah, this one, the stuff that was good, but it didn't have, like, there wasn't that... Nothing too crazy happened.
No, nothing super crazy. Just the craziest stuff is just the untouchable mastermind Larkin.
The mastermind who just walks up and shoots people.
Yeah, he just he makes Liz tell you who he's gonna shoot and then does it.
Yeah,
it's really
Yeah. Who could have thunk the amazing...
Except for the one guy he gavelled.
yeah.
And the other guy he barbelled.
True. The weird part is that part of his master plan was apparently knocking Leia and theoretically also LOB unconscious.
Yeah, because that's one thing Eloby's like, he knew I was going to be there. It's also hitting the head with a gun.
Yeah, it's real weird. Like he apparently had enough time in his 36-hour plan to have a side trip where he just taunts LRP.
Yeah. I also like how everybody involved in the case is the 2 detectives who arrested him, the jury foreman, the assistant DA, and the judge. Mm-hmm. That's everybody.
Apparently. Yeah.
He also had time in the 36 hours to kill this witness who was just ancillary to the...
the other guy. The guy who...
He had time for side missions, and this is what we're saying.
Yeah.
He wanted to get all the bonus XP and get the rare summon.
Which apparently was attempted to be Quetzalcoatl, but...
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where it's like, when you get to the steam plant Playa Vista, it's like, do you want to continue? Once you go here, there's no going back. That's how you know you're starting the end sequence.
That's why you couldn't leave the crane.
Yeah.
Right, it's part of the ritual.
Yep.
If you leave the crane, Quetzalcoatl just immediately consumes you.
Well, it's like in Deep Rock Galactic when you're getting the fuel or anything.
Right.
It's like you can't leave the bubble. We only got one shot at this.
The fuel part of that one really makes no sense.
Yeah. Wait, who was the? So Marty's pen name is 14-year-old pen. This came out in 1996. It came out on 4/20/1996. So
it's like 15.
So the question is, did Marty write the story or the teleplay? We got to figure out what his pen name is. Is he Maurice Hurley or Robert McCullough?
I think he would go for Maurice.
Yeah, some people call him Maurice.
Yeah.
So, has we got any more Maurice joints coming up?
Yeah.
No, doesn't look like it. It looks like the second season is a whole bunch of other people who are not involved in this one. So the next episode, this is the one that I've teased this title before. Season 1, episode 19, Epilogue. It's Epilogue, and we have 3 more after this.
Epilogues and 3 more episodes.
Yep.
What do you think Epilogue's going to be about?
Them wishing for this thing to end.
Epilogue. Let me see. What could that be about?
If it's any help, this one was written by Kim Ringwald.
Yeah.
I guess Marty also wrote Backup.
Back.
Yeah. That was the one where the guy was blamed for letting the guy drown on the boat where he was dead in a locker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Damn it, Maurice.
Epilogue. What could that...
I'm going to tell you, you're not going to guess it. The title seemingly has nothing to do with the plot.
What's the German title of it?
It doesn't have the German title on here.
Yeah,
You're going to have to go...
I have to start the episode and then...
Yeah, I'd have to scrub through the YouTube.
Because the German title is just going to be what the plot is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess somebody leaves the show. That's what I'm gonna guess. Because they've been hinting that for what's her face, Donna.
So, what do you think Epilogue is going to be about, Marty?
I was thinking either somebody leaves the show or something involving a play.
Maybe it's a clip show.
That would be appropriate. That's not a bad guess.
Yeah, we are nearing clip scene territory. This is Mitch is hired to protect the stepchildren of a man they suspect murdered their mother for money. You know, an epilogue.
Yeah, an epilogue. That's what epilogue is. What? Huh?
Yeah, it looks like this is the last... Oh, wait, no. Ooh. Marty wrote the story for the season 2 premiere.
Ooh. Now we really got to get to season 2.
I know.
See you next work, Marty. Or should we say, Maurice?
Yeah, he wrote a couple episodes in season 2.
This was his game all along. He
Yep.
wanted us to watch this just to plug his own shit.
Yeah, because I'm the one that came up with this.
We know your game, Maurice. You're 3 steps ahead of us.
I'm sure he just steered the conversation towards it and made us think we did all the work.
I wanted you guys to watch Nightman, but whatever.
See, that's all part of your game. Just a misdirection.
No, he said Baywatch. He said Nightman to steer us subtly towards Baywatch Nights. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, but how many episodes did Maurice write of Nightman?
I don't know. What is it?
You probably were under another pen name on Nightman.
Oh, wow. Actually, Maurice Hurley's worked on stuff. He wrote for Miami Vice. Oh shit.
I guess that would explain some of it.
He wrote. Oh shit! Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Oh hell yeah!
Diagnosis of Murder. Oh shit!
I watched so much Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Okay. So he was involved in the introduction of the Borg in Next Generation.
Yeah, you saw it.
And also got Gates McFadden fired. You monster!
Best known for his work on Star Trek: Next Generation.
Wow.
Yeah, why did he not like Crusher's acting?
Why did Maurice Hurley fire Gates McFadden?
Yeah. Rick Berman said he really had a bone to pick with Marty.
Yeah. What the hell? Completely uncalled for.
That's magic. Apparently 15-year-old me apparently was masquerading as a 40-year-old.
Oh, man, we should totally watch Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
No, that's a good one. That is a good one to do. Isn't that exactly who Marty always wanted to be?
I like one of the pictures is Gates McFadden.
Yeah, one of the pictures is Gates McFadden. What's you're most infamously known for, Marty?
You also worked on Diagnosis of Murder. That's a bit too much for us to tackle. It's 178 episodes plus 5 TV movies.
Oh, is that why it was so weird?
What's that? No, those are the things to hold it in place when it's closed.
Oh, right, yeah.
However, no. Occasionally watching Dick Van Dyke be detective doctor. That show made no sense ever.
I know nothing of that show.
And Dick Van Dyke plays a doctor who solves murders.
I mean, I understand that.
That's the plot. It's like Murder, She Wrote, but
also a doctor.
Yeah. And yeah, it lasted for a really long time. Wait, it's related to Jake and the Fat Man? What? I am so lost in Wikipedia right now.